Welcome to Madrid in Switzerland, as you can see around me. And this is the river Seine. But more seriously, I am heading to Waterloo Station, back to a place where I hosted the serial killer exhibition. But now it's another exhibition that I am going to show you by mostly the same team that organized the serial killer exhibition. So this one is called Dark Secrets. What kind of secrets does it show? We will soon find out. So Dark Secrets is the brainchild of Christian Alpini, who you might have seen in the Paranormal video I did about the monster of Florence. Christian Alpini owns the Museum of the Impossible. So it's a museum with plenty of artifacts that we visited when we were near Pisa in Italy. And he curates this expo, which is called Dark Secrets, which is a walk through the many different aspects of the occult. Very interesting expo. The promoter is actually deciding if it will tour the US at the same time than the Serial Killer Expo, which will be fun. So we'll see what it's about. This is the first time I see the expo. I've seen photos. It looks brilliant. Back to the Lick Street tunnel where the Serial Killer Expo took place last year. There's new art, which kind of cool. Last time there was a lot of people queuing up. Inside, have a look. Hey. Pazuzu. So this is the first room, and it starts well with my friend Pazuzu. So Pazuzu, that's here, right? Okay, he's here. Really cool. I saw that statue in the workshop of my friend Roberto Paparera in Casale Monferrato when it was done. And yeah, it looks really cool. The lightning is on top. But here we have two other massive statues. This is enormous. This is the Golem from the Jewish tradition, which is kind of appropriate because I went to a Jewish cemetery just before to find the grave of Jack the Ripper. That's the subject of another video. But this is the Golem, which is next to the statue of Baphomet, which, okay, you probably know the Baphomet statue in Salem, in the temple of Satan place, museum, whatever you call it. This one honestly is way better than that one in Salem. Of course it's not in bronze, but it's much closer to the original concept of Baphomet, which was both man and woman. The caduceus here represents the phallus, and there's the breasts, of course, salve coagula. This is way closer to the original drawing made by Eliphas Levi. So this is a great photo opportunity, as they say in the US. If you ever want to have your photo taken next to a life-size statue of Baphomet, this is the place. Don't bother going to Salem. This is the real deal. This is the real Baphomet right there. And I'm really impressed. This is a great start for the expo. Yeah. But the Golem, yeah, the Golem is massive. This is really cool. So there's a little story about Baphomet. And let's see the details. Druids, Druidism. This is more about Celtic beliefs. You can see several carved stones here. Pendants, there's runes, and a banner on Celtic deities. This is cool. This is a really cool setup for the instruments of the Sylvan cult. So I really like those chimes that they made. I don't know who made it exactly. Could be Roberto, could be something that they found, but looks really cool. Here we have an iron blade with a horn handle. This room here is about masks. So you have African masks here on the walls from West Africa, for example. Here we have masks of infamy that were used in the Middle Ages to torture people. I like this one because you can actually open it. It's really neat. I like this. Ah, actually, it's not a mask of infamy. It's the copy of the mask of the man in the Iron Mask, which is a French story. Very intriguing French story. But yeah, this mask of infamy here is really neat. I like the tongue. Here we have ethnic magic. I've seen this before in Roberto's museum. It's a sword used by African doctors. So it's at healing purposes. This statue here is quite creepy. It's the statue of a demon. The demon Butumbo. Here we have more ethnic dolls, Santa heads. Shamanic tools, masks, and my favorites. It's copies, I can tell you, but they're really well done. This is a Maori head over there. Okay, this is Naga, but they added teeth on them. And this is a good old Sansa, a shrunken head, Jivaro. Oh, I see an altar over there. I think we are entering Voodoo. Yes! This is Baron Samedi. This is really cool. Look at the details. There's a voodoo doll over there with the voice of Crowley behind. The mask. Wow, the hat. Love the hat. We have voodoo dolls from South America. This very creepy altar, I must say. So that's the recreation of a nation, voodoo altar, and I can tell you, having known a nation who was born in Haiti and who was born into that this is far from the creepiest thing that they have. They have the creepiest magic, the creepiest shit, the creepiest things going on. I could spend hours talking about voodoo in Haiti because it's, wow, it is pure evil. But yeah, it's, I don't know, maybe one day. We have something about screaming, J. Hawkins, which is kind of cool. And the voodoo cross here. Okay, this is my domain here. A little introduction to Satanism. Very interesting items. So this is supposed to be an altar, but there we have a very unique statue. This is a reproduction of the Codex Gigas. So this is also known as the Devil's Bible, and it's the actual size. This is the size it's supposed to be, and it's a very famous representation of Satan. After this, there's a few very interesting items this week. So in Milan, if you remember well the video I did in Milan, the Satanic altar next to the Nobody t-shirt. So if you've seen the video on the Beasts of Satan that we did with my friends from the Paranormal Files, this is the t-shirt from the band, from one of the guys, I think it was Maccione, yeah, Mario Maccione, who founded one of the bands. So I talk about the band a lot in the video. You should check it out if you haven't done it yet. It was released 2 weeks ago, and this is from the collection of Roberto Paparella. So incidentally, he gave me a badge with the logo on this, and I asked him to use it for the US tour of serial killers, but we'll see with the promoter if we can use it, because I really want to include the Beasts of Satan in the US tour. I think is about the Black Mass, but there's also a debug box. So profane Bible, or more like a prayer book. Here we have a copy of the Satanic Bible. Honestly, if we do this in the US, I will put my Bible, which is way better than the Satanic Bible, but yeah. Anyways, and we have a few other objects. Looks like Chucky. What is this? Ah, it's about exorcisms. Pretty creepy doll. Ah, this is cool. This is an Italian pamphlet on the Black Mass, La Messanera. This is amazing. I don't know where it comes from. There's also this banner which is interesting. It shows different branches of Satanism. Some of them I agree on. For example, acid Satanism, deviant if you will. But it's more about violence, desecration, drug use, like the Beasts of Satan, Luciferian, of course, sacred figure of Lucifer as the light bearer. Gnostic, that's also an interesting take. That's more like cults that were eradicated by the Inquisition. Here we have something, honestly, I don't know where this comes from. Spiritualist. Okay, why not? Maybe it's about the Church of Satan. I don't know. Maybe it is. Rationalist. No, this is the Church of Satan, Rationalist, and the Temple of Satan. Occultist. Yeah, this is my branch. Definitely, the occultist branch. I have other words for that. For example, I call this traditionalist. Well, we call this traditionalist or theistic because we believe in the God and we believe in the devil. So that's theistic. Luciferian is the ultimate evil. I've done videos about it with the Paranormal files. It's mostly secret societies who use Lucifer for their drug-fueled adrenochrome child raping orgies that take place in castles in Europe and all over the ancient world, but also in the US. And there's high-ranking grottos in Freemasonry that do worship Lucifer. And I am actually in the process of translating a book, very important book on the subject. Templar Knights. Oh, wow. Now that's impressive. That's really cool. Love this. So we have a history of the Templar Knights here. And with the Neo-Templarism, there's still orders in Paris that do practice the rites of the Templar Knights, and they even have gatherings and this full arm kind of stuff. And of course, if you're familiar with the Solo Temple massacre in the 90s, this is where it comes from. So there's still cults, there's still modern day cults that worship the Templar Knights, and there's still people looking for the treasure of the Templar Knights. That's the thing. This is the symbol here. We have a very cool recreation over the altar. So if you ask me, it's a pretty good rendition of a temple. Really small temple, but a temple. I visited the big one that's not far away from here, and the one for the British, Scottish Rites, whatever they call it. It's the size of a football field. Honestly, they say it's huge. There's 2 or 3 thrones at the end of the room. Gold everywhere, paintings of Solomon the King, and the guide, because it was a guided tour, they can't do it otherwise, told us that all the major decisions of the 20th century happened in that temple. So, yeah, makes you wonder. I don't know how the Freemasons would feel about this section. As a Satanist, I'm not offended by the Satanic section, because it's just, there's nothing, there's no lies. This, I don't know if they like their rights to be exposed like that, but it's pretty faithful to what I have seen. It's pretty faithful to what I have read and seen in pictures that illustrate the book Mysteries of the Freemasonry Revealed by Leo Taxil. So that one is for me, I guess. Conspiracy theories. Do they talk about Taxiel? That would be interesting. Oh yeah, Freemasons are claimed to worship deities such as Baphomet, Jaja, or Rahu. Well, they do worship Iblis, I can tell you that, because I've read the books. And they also do worship Tubal Cain, which is a deity associated with Cain, who killed his brother, of course. So no, there's nothing evil about Luciferian Masonry, of course not. Oh, why do we have a guillotine? Guillotine, symbol of the French Revolution. Okay. I guess because they guillotine a lot of Freemasons, but I'm not sure. I don't really understand this. Why not? Or maybe the guillotine was invented by Freemasons. Interesting. Right in the section about Freemasons and the occult and conspiracies, we have the esoteric views of certain members of the Nazi party. So that's a bone of contention when you study the occult. I've published and translated many books on the subject, many books, I can tell you. And I know quite a few things about the subject, but I will not talk about that here, because censorship. Anyways, there's a thing from a German magazine, and a silver ring of the SS, and a thing on Autorun, which is interesting. Autorun, for those who don't know, was one of the inspiration for Indiana Jones. Would you believe it? This I'm not sure that they can bring this to the US. Honestly, I will advise them not to do it, because this could cause trouble, obviously. And it's been used, worn, so more trouble. Crowley. Oh, this is cool. This is based on a very famous photo of Crowley. Yeah, there's a recreation of an altar from the Golden Dawn, maybe? Yeah, I guess. This I recognize it's from Christian Alpini's collection, and it's actually a stick that was used by Crowley, his walking stick. So it's from Christian's collection here. And you can see his signature here. And the letter saying that it's from Cefalu. So the letter says that his father, the guy who wrote the letter, was working on the fields near the Bay of Telema. So he got the staff from Crowley himself. Oh, I just noticed this. This is a fragment of the Abbey of Telema. So I personally have fragments of the paintings inside the Abbey of Telema that were in the Room of Nightmares, but an entire fragment there, which doesn't surprise me because the place is, you know, a ruin, so it's kind of easy to get that. But yeah, it's pretty cool to have that. So here we are entering a really cool room after this one on divination. It's a room on tarot cards, so again, great photo opportunities to be done here. The devil, the moon, where's the tower? The tower, that's the card that you don't want to have, believe me. More than the devil, more than death. The tower is, yeah, you don't want to have that card drawn. We are entering all those things that test paranormal activities. So this is definitely for my friends who use spirit boxes and the like. This is really cool. I'm not an expert on those, but it's very cool items to see. And there's a thing on spiritism, of course. So I suppose there's a tire table with a Ouija. A nice Ouija board on the table. Right. The thing on Sherlock Holmes here. And yeah, some tools for modern ghost hunting. Oh, I saw one of those paintings at Christian's place. It's a painting of a medium. So he has a few paintings like that in his museum. This is interesting because it's a room about faking paranormal activities, and that was something that they used to do in the 19th century. And I just noticed this. So there's this mirror here, and you sit there, and it's you, like if you were a ghost playing the piano on this. So they show you how it works. Basically, you're sitting there, and your reflection is playing the piano. So that shows you, it's a good idea to show you how certain phenomena can be faked. Those are photos, for example, of fake paranormal activity. And ectoplasms. This is one of the last rooms. Extreme cult. I think I know what this is. This is the same, well, a copy of the Jack the Ripper victim, which we see here. Ritual crimes. So what is this? Devoured by fire. What is this? Documents from the Davidians. Oh, Davidians. Envelope written by Kevin Roby. Okay. stuff on Heaven's Gate. It's funny because I am wearing a Heaven's Gate t-shirt right now. So it's funny to see something on Heaven's Gate here. And there's also the Shoko, what's it called? The Japanese cult, the Serene cult. And something from Taylor, I guess, about the People's Temple over there. So yeah, good selection. But of course, this is magnificent. It's even better than the one in the Serial Killer Expo. We should use this one instead of the other. But it's less realistic. I don't know. It's still cool. I will so get cancelled for this, but yeah, fuck them all. You know that one, Callisto Grande, the Piatacucu monster. Okay, you learn something every day. I have to look into it. Organs here. This will conclude, I think, this little video. Just come and see this expo. Honestly, not only is it my friends who do them, and it's the quality is exceptional. It's a great, supplement to the Serial Killer Expo, if you ask. So many items. The scenography is top. Honestly, it's top quality entertainment. If you are into the occult, and if you want to see really cool objects, if you want to do great photo opportunities, this is the place to be. The Dark Secrets, and maybe we will tour in the US with the Serial Killer Exhibition. You never know. Bye for now.